So tons of news related to Grounded 2 today from Gamescom. Not only did they reveal the first boss, which is going to be coming, which we all kind of knew was going to be the Axolotl Tarantula, they also reveal what's going to be coming in the winter update, which is going to be the garden as the new biome. And what I want to do is take a quick look at the segment from Gamescom and talk about that. So let's just jump right in. Again, if you're finding these videos helpful, interesting, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing.
And the new tarantula, I hear we've got a new biome on the horizon as well for winter. Could you tell me a little bit about what we can expect to explore there?
Absolutely. For our winter update, we're going to be introducing our first new biome in the park. It's our garden biome. And
so my prediction was, when I looked at the map, looked at kind of how it was laid out when someone laid over the current map with what we expect the final map to roughly look like, that the garden area, which is the top right section of the map when you're looking at it vertically. So from where we are now, if you're on the statue and you look to the northeast and east of the statue, that's the area where the garden's going to be. So it looks like the termite hill, which is just out of bounds right now, all the way around to almost where the water area is going to be what looks like is going to be in the winter update.
What's really exciting about it is that the park allows us to explore areas that are really
and this looks like there's actually like a greenhouse here, and it almost looks like there's possibly a satellite dish or something here. It looks like there's some interesting, like maybe an entrance here too. This looks almost like an ominous symbol. So there looks like there's probably going to be some type of lab also over here too. This whole thing, it looks like there's going to be some type of lab inside of the garden area.
Good mix of human crafted, handcrafted areas, as well as the more natural, organic areas. And so the idea of a community garden was very appealing for exactly that reason. And so we get to see, our pumpkin patch or a vegetable.
And there, right there, that's almost surely a hatch right there. It says turn back, go away. It's written in purple, which is kind of it's the color coding used in the current game around all of the stuff that's related to Ominent and the mysterious stranger. So I don't know if they're actually supposed to be labs, but the network center is kind of the lab that's in the game right now. So I'm just calling them labs because that's kind of what they were called in the first game. But you can definitely see here, looks like there's a hatch that we'll be able to go down inside of and explore that out and perhaps find some new cool stuff.
Garden or a greenhouse, these all feel very organic and very wild and very grounded, but have this new layer to it.
And here's like an overhead sketch of it, and you can see it's got a ton of pumpkins in it with what looks like a scarecrow. It's going to be really cool to see if we can actually harvest pumpkins and potentially grow them, possibly for food. Maybe we can make pumpkin pie, something like that. That'd be really cool. There's also some kind of creature over here, which I can't really tell what that is, but we do know that crickets and earwigs are coming in the winter update, so perhaps it's one of them. Also looks like there's going to be some parkour here, so for those of you that enjoy parkour, you'll have a lot of that. Up here we can see there looks like there's some birdhouses or something, so perhaps we have the parkour up here to get inside the birdhouses.
No, this was carefully cultivated by humans to be laid out in a specific way, and so that gives us the opportunity to do things from a level design and experience design wise that couldn't be done in Grounded 1, can only be done because of the park. Chris, did you want to?
Yeah, no, 100%. You pretty much nailed everything there. I'm just super excited about running around amongst giant pumpkins. The greenhouse gives us the opportunity to make a very humid environment, which is something that we...
So there's another cool thing there, a human environment. We've not had to deal with that before. That might mean that we have to have some kind of specific armor on, maybe to prevent us from like dehydrating really quickly or something like that. So that's just another thing on top of, we already have a cold biome, we already have a hot biome, having a humid, and we have the toxic biome as well inside of the toxic anthill. So adding a humid biome just adds to more diversity, which is something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing as the game evolves.
We have not had before. I think we have with the vegetable garden, we're doing some interesting things there that almost turn it into sort of like a hedge maze experience. Like there's a lot of things that we're doing that I think are really fun, and and this was all sort of planned in our heads, at least loosely, from the beginning, where let's nail all the foundational stuff with our first early access release and make sure that all of those pieces are there, and then we can do some more experimental stuff. And so when we get to, after we have the tarantula update in the fall, our winter update is going to be this first big one where we've got some new biomes and a lot of new stuff, new insects, of course, more equipment, all kinds of things on the horizon that we're really geeked up about.
Heck yeah, lots to look forward to there then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, is there anything else that you want to share with us just now, right around the corner for Grounded 2, that we can look forward to?
Well, I think there's two things. If you look at a roadmap, you can see that with the garden biome, we'll be introducing our first new buggy, which is the Ladybug.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about that. We think she's going to bring something unique and fun to the players. And
so I guess this is kind of just a sketch of what the Ladybug's going to look like. They're going to show one in just a second that actually looks really cool. I'll stop when we get to that part.
you know, in general, if the community wants to get excited about what it is that we're doing, the roadmap is a good place to go check out everything we have in mind. And you know, we want to hear people.
This is the one that I wanted to stop on because this is something really interesting here. I assume the Ladybug would be a tank. We have the Red Ant is kind of like the Harvester, pretty quick to get around. The Orb Weaver is more of like supposed to be DPS. It can also does the intimidating shout thing that it does. And I assume the Ladybug, because if you've ever seen a Ladybug, I was playing the other day and I saw a Ladybug taking on like 5 ants at the same time and just kind of tanking them. Eventually she did lose to it because there was just too many of them, but she was just tanking. And I was just assuming Ladybug mount will be a tank. And in fact, here they actually show the Ladybug with a acorn turret or some type of turret on its back. Now it's got 2 people driving it, so hopefully that'll be usable, having a turret be usable if it actually happens, if you're playing solo, but that is really cool, actually making it look like a tank.
People's feedback, we want them to join us.
We want them to help sort of help mold what it is that we're planning to do right now. Like right now, we have a very loose idea of all the things that we think would be super exciting, that would be great to add into the game. But you know what? This is a journey that we want to take with the community.
Yeah.
And so, you know, our roadmap is our sharing. This is what we think right now. We want you to come now share with us what you think would be cool and exciting and great for Grounded 2.
I think that's the last part where they talked about the actual winter update that's coming. They kind of go into some more stuff later on. But for me, I'm definitely excited to jump into that garden. It looks like it's going to, like they said, it has like a, maybe possibly like a hedge maze area. It looks like you're going to be able to jump on the leaves, possibly from the pumpkins to get to higher places. Looks like there's definitely some type of lab or network center set up there that we're going to have to go inside of explore. We know there's going to be crickets and earwigs in the new biome. They did say biomes, so that's going to be the garden. I'm suspecting the areas next to it. We're pretty sure that there's going to be the termites coming because you can actually see the wood pile just out of bounds in the very north part of the map. Other people have already found some other things that are likely to come, so there's probably going to be a returning creatures. I'm not going to spoil anything if you haven't already heard it, and I'm not like, again, we don't know things that are data mined may or may not come, may or not be coming when people think they're going to be coming. So looks like there's going to be some returning creatures as well. We already know, like I said, the wood pile's there, so termites are logical. That's just something we can see. Earwigs and crickets, Ladybug mount. Winter update's looking like it's pretty solid. With the reveal of the boss today, and then them talking about the winter update, I'm really expecting the boss to probably be dropped in September, maybe like right after they go to PAX West and show it off there as well. Maybe it gets dropped September 1st, sometime early September. And then I'm really hoping that the winter update happens before the end of the year. I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. I want them to take the time to make sure they think it's polished and in the right place. They also need to obviously get the game into a place where as many people that want to play it can play it, because I know a lot of people are still saying they're suffering from performance issues and crashes and stuff like that. I've been fortunate and not had to really deal with that much, but I've had my own things where things are just spawning inside the terrain and I can't harvest them, or things not respawning. So lots of things that they will work on in the interim, but hopefully we get these updates sooner rather than later. Let me know what you're most excited about for the winter update in the comments down below. If you found the video interesting, make sure to hit the like button. Consider subscribing for more content just like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.